Contextualize current affairs. And there's lots to talk about. Jobs, tax reform, our changing economy, education, crime, and the environment. Discussing the issues that matter in depth and with personality. A new studio, a new look, or a new season. That's Let's Talk. Live Mondays at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9 and repeated at 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m.
You can count on us.
Your choice potatoes, 5-pound bag, only $4.49. Fresh Purdue oven stuffer roaster at $1.99 per pound. Regular pasta sauce, 24 to 29 ounce jar, hot price $2.69. Tama spaghetti, linguine, or fettuccine pasta, 500 gram bag, hot price $1.69. Chobani Greek yogurts, 5.3 ounce tub, hot price $1.69. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Thursday, January 17th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. 40-year-old Ricardo Gibbs has sadly become the island's first road fatality of 2019. His passing has left a wide cross-section of the community mourning for a man many describe as the life of the party and a good soldier. Gary Moreno was at the scene of the fatal single-vehicle collision last night.
Ricardo Gibbs in much happier times. But what's been described to us as a joyful life came to an end in a now sadly all too familiar way. According to the official police report distributed by Dwayne Keynes, the police public and media relations manager, Mr. Hill, who was born in Jamaica but lived most of his life in Bermuda and served in the Royal Bermuda Regiment, succumbed to injuries sustained in a single vehicle collision in the area of Highwood Lane on Harbour Road in Paget at around 11:35 last night. Police say it appears Mr. Hill lost control of the motorcycle he was riding and collided with a wall. A taxi driver who was traveling west on Harbour Road behind Mr. Hill recounted the events of last night.
Just as I was heading west on Harbour Road, I just noticed that a bike that was in front of me was swerving along the road, and then ultimately he lost control. He hit the wall just outside the lower ferry. He didn't move on the initial impact. He wasn't breathing. And then he did come to at some point. He was breathing until paramedics arrived. When the paramedics did arrive, it appeared that he was unresponsive at the time. And that's pretty much all that I saw at that time.
Mr. Keynes, meanwhile, reiterating the cardinal rules for motorists in light of this being the 13th road fatality in as many months.
Certainly, this is not the way we wanted to start the year. Now, we cannot speak for this collision as details are still unfolding, but we just would like to advise the motoring public to slow down when driving on the roads, when the roads are compromised because of the weather and water and the rain and the like. We're asking you to take your time on the roads, and of course our perennial message: if you drink, please do not drive.
Ricardo Gibbs, who was well liked by his peers and co-workers, remembered on social media, with many expressing sadness at his passing and expressing condolences to his family. Sanya Hill calling Ricardo the best big brother she could ever ask for.
Ricardo was so humble. He did anything that we asked him to do. He never argued. He never complained. He just went with the flow. He's always been the most humblest person that we know, and he was just so quiet and just there. It's hard on all of us. It's going to be a huge miss.
Mr. Hill is survived by his 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, along with another brother and his sister Sanya. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Corporal Gibbs served in the Royal Bermuda Regiment's regimental police and had more than 20 years of service to the country. Lieutenant Colonel David Curley, the RBR's commanding officer, said, quote, "He will be a massive loss to all ranks in the regiment and will be sadly missed. Our sincere condolences to the family of Mr. Gibbs." We'll have more for you after this short break, including all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
At Argus, our interest is you. Each of you. Around here, we know that when two people seem the same, They can have very different insurance needs for their health, home, work, and future. Which is why we take the time to get to know you as an individual, so we can provide insurance coverage that fits your life. Because after all, our interest is you.
You can count on us.
Red or white seedless grapes, hot price only $3.99 per pound. Fresh beef round stew beef, $6.99 per pound. ShopRite broccoli florets, 16-ounce bag, hot price $2.99. Kellogg's Fruit Loops, 19.4-ounce box, family size, hot price $8.49. Save $1.60 on Purex Liquid Laundry Detergent, 50-ounce bottle, hot price $4.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
Thanks for staying with us. British detectives have revealed that an online feud between friend groups resulted in the murder of Bermudian teen Lurico Steed in the UK. Here's more in this report. According to the Nottingham Post, detectives claim two groups were, quote, pretending to be gangsters by posting drill music videos uploaded onto YouTube and other social media platforms. Detective Chief Inspector Haley Williams, who led the murder investigation, said Lurico Steed and his friends had a long-running feud with a group of teens across the Nottingham area, culminating with Lurico being lured to a playground under the impression he was going on a date. Instead, he was chased by a group of boys over a long distance and was attacked, sustaining 18 slash and stab wounds to his body. He died in hospital 5 days later. Police say a drill video featuring Lurico in the background was posted online in November of last year, where him and his friends essentially called his rivals cowards. The rap video is titled Athlete Gang, which Nottingham detectives said was a reference to a Snapchat video featuring two of the defendants running away from a previous incident weeks before the murder. To date, the diss track has drawn over 14,000 views and was a key piece of evidence during the trial. They believe Kasharn Campbell and his gang wanted revenge and planned the attack on Rico, who was, quote, an easy target and vocal on social media. 2 days later, a rap video appeared on social media where Campbell boasted of murdering Lurico, saying, quote, we have put him in the ground and we ran after him until he tripped, unquote. Kasharn Campbell, Christian Jamison, and Ramel Campbell Miller were found guilty of murder during trial last month. A 17-year-old boy and 16-year-old girl were found guilty of manslaughter. They are slated to be sentenced later this month. Weather now, and let's go to the AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you've had a great day so far. As we look at the big picture right now with the weather here, you can see that it's relatively quiet. We still have some clouds around, a storm system just off to our south and east, and then that trailing frontal boundary that we've been talking about over the last couple of days. You can see the radar here. Within the last few hours, bulk of the moisture staying off to our south, so not too bad out there here across the island. As we take a look at some of the current conditions, temperatures are sitting in the low 60s. Winds are pretty light right now out of the northwest, right around 5 knots, so not a big issue there with the wind. Humidity between 60 and 65%. The water temperature sitting in the upper 60s here, and nearly calm conditions out on the water. We're looking at waves inside the reef right around 1 foot, and then outside of the reef between 2 and 4 feet. So inside, no issues. Outside, no issues either. We don't even have any warnings that we have to share with you, at least right now. Things could be changing, though, as we head into the weekend, as we will have a frontal boundary approaching, and we're also going to have some strong winds as well. So boating conditions next couple of days, get it in while you can. You can see your tidal times right over here. Our low tide coming in at 11:11. How about that? And then our high tide coming in at 5:50 a.m. on your Friday. So overnight tonight, relatively quiet conditions. Temperatures dropping just a few more degrees, a low of 60 degrees under a few patchy clouds here. And then tomorrow, high pressure is starting to nudge its way on in, so we'll get into the upper 60s with clouds and sunshine. As we take a look at what we anticipate as we head into the weekend, we will be under the influence of high pressure. And there's going to be a big storm moving in off the east coast here, at least working its way to the north and east, and there's going to be a trailing frontal boundary with that. Ahead of the front, the winds are going to be picking up, and temperatures are also going to be warming up as well. But once we head into Sunday night, also into Monday here, we will have to watch out for some rain and also those gusty winds. Boating conditions are going to be pretty much horrible as we head into the early portion of next week, as we could see winds gusting upwards of, say, 45 knots. So it will be turning quite windy here throughout the island. As we look at some of the current conditions, Jamaica, upper 80s, not a bad spot to be. Barbados and Trinidad, we're in the low to mid 80s there with a few showers around right now. If you're doing any traveling, maybe you're heading back home, heads up, some messy conditions into the East Coast, at least for Friday here. Rain and snow in New York City, maybe some accumulating snowfall out toward Boston, Massachusetts. Here at home, of course, none of that. Your extended forecast, you can see clouds and sunshine Friday and Saturday. Clouds will be increasing later in the day on Sunday as we watch that rain. Head of the boundary, look at the temperatures, not bad. Steady rain and then crashing temperatures, low 60s by Tuesday.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
At the Bermuda Festival, there's something for everyone in 2019. From international acts, the Manhattan Transfer and Shaka Khan, to Bermudians Heather Nova and Rebecca Falkenberry. Our plays include A Midsummer Night's Dream, Masterclass, and Nina Simone for Women. There's music for all, jazz, rock, classical, and even a cappella. And with modern dance and family entertainment, the list is complete. For tickets, visit ptix or bermudafestival.org. Celebrating the empowerment of women. She is art.
We are the voices.
You are with the captain.
It's Mr. Midday.
12 new major news.
The big station.
The morning show.
Your number one song.
The Faces.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight.
This is exactly what you're talking about.
What an upset it was.
The Storytellers.
They are actually using the pepper spray.
Police are aware of this theory.
The water is 3,500 meters deep.
The tax climbs up to 12.5%.
The window on our community.
We bring you the best in U.S. television entertainment.
And the greatest sporting events in the world.
A brilliant performance from Duffy.
We are the island's only Bermudian-owned broadcaster of both television and radio.
With the only TV channels that are available over the air in beautiful high definition, completely free.
We are always expanding.
We are always innovating.
And most important, we're always your station.
This is Bermuda Broadcasting.
This is a message from the government of Bermuda.
Hello, Bermuda, and thank you for tuning in. As we start 2019, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight some milestones and key initiatives that the Ministry of National Security continues to work on this year. The Gang Violence Reduction Coordinator, along with the Outreach and Prevention Manager, lead a multi-agency effort to reduce gang violence in Bermuda. The team is supported administratively by the Ministry of National Security headquarters staff. The team operates from a coordinated, multi-pronged plan to tackle gang violence and antisocial behavior through a series of strategically designed prevention, intervention, and rehabilitation programs and initiatives. To this end, the team works in conjunction with the Interagency Gang Enforcement Team, or the IGET. The IGET is a multi-agency working group that identifies at-risk youth and has developed a multi-pronged mechanism to mitigate violence and support prevention and intervention efforts. The first prong are the school initiatives. Since September 2018, the Gang Violence Reduction Team, alongside the Bermuda Police Service, have been working with the administration and the student services teams at the Cedar Bridge Academy and the Barclay Institute to provide support services for at-risk students. The team visits the schools at least once per week or daily when necessary. At the Cedar Bridge Academy and at the Barclay Institute, the team has provided restorative circles that aim to mitigate multi-generation unaddressed trauma. In the senior schools, the goal of this initiative is to provide incident management support, mediation services, individual student support services, and group sessions. This initiative has already seen several successes within the involved schools. The team has worked with the Department of Public Transportation to develop transportation plans that get students home safely. Recently, when tensions were increased, the team has been able to go into the schools and coordinate mediation sessions between students involved in rival gangs. These interventions have realized a marked decrease in gang-related conflicts at the schools and immediately after school hours. The hallmark of this initiative is the continued individual and group support sessions that the identified students are invited to participate in. At the Cedar Bridge Academy, the team is currently delivering a 10-week pilot excellence program. The program focuses on incident mediation, understanding risk levels, and encouraging self-reflection and introspection. Through these ongoing interactions, the Gang Violence Reduction Team is able to help these students realize their self-worth, and many see opportunities for self-improvement that are available to them. The team's involvement with our young people does not stop at the senior school level. Frequent interactions with the administration and guidance department at our primary school and middle schools have helped the team identify at-risk students and put interventions plans in place to ensure that these students steer away from antisocial behavior. The Gang Resistance Education and Training Program, or GREAT, has been educating public school students, and to date, it has trained over 513 students in 22 schools and continues to rotate through the public school system. By June 2019, the GREAT program will have reached all students in the primary 6 and middle 1-year levels. The second prong of our initiatives are the community outreach initiatives. The Gang Violence Reduction Team continues to lower community tensions with a focus on prison and street level outreach. At each level of outreach, the connections made and the relationships built facilitate reductions of violence in 2 key ways. Number 1 is by directly mediating tensions and conflicts between individuals and groups that lock people into destructive cycles of violence. And number 2 is by connecting the proven at-risk population to much-needed community-based programs and services. The team's prison outreach provides support for incarcerated and violent offenders with links to gang activities. Where appropriate, the team offers therapeutic services and liaises with the prison staff to assist with developing long-term plans for the inmates' rehabilitation. For these identified offenders, the team provides an affirming resource that takes special interest in the well-being of the offender and their eventual reintegration into society. The work of the Gang Violence Coordinator, Pastor Leroy Bean, is high touch, highly confidential, and it is also sensitive. It involves directly working with persons who are currently involved or have been directly impacted by gang violence. At the street level, the team's overarching strategy is to target individuals and groups who are known players in the cycle of violent behavior. The team provides intervention by developing trust-based relationships that serve to de-escalate and mediate tensions when necessary. A major component of outreach at this level is connecting individuals to neighborhood resources and making the necessary referrals to case managers. The goal is to steer these young men towards pro-social activities by providing a range of opportunities for change. One such opportunity is the Redemption Farm, which is still in the planning and developmental phase. It is scheduled to be fully operational in April 2019. With the support and assistance from the Bermuda Farmers Association, Redemption Farm will provide successful engagement of at-risk men in a social, restorative, incentivized employment training program. Operated from a holistic approach, the program will give participants the ability to obtain vocational and entrepreneurial skills through various forms of farming. The Gang Violence Reduction Team's relationship with the community partners underscores much of the important work that they do. The team supports a wide range of community programs that align with the team's aims, including Mothers on a Mission, the Bermuda Interfaith Working Group, the Living Legends Community Group. The work of the Gang Violence Team is important and should not be understated, as they offer triage services and directly address the concerns of individuals and refer them to the appropriate agencies. The third prong is policing. Led by the Commissioner of Police, the Bermuda Police Service are implementing their policing strategy. Weekly meetings are held between His Excellency the Governor, the Commissioner of Police, and myself to review and receive updates on the operational policing plan for addressing and reducing gang violence. Many say this all sounds good, but where is the proof that it's working? If we were to look back over the last year and a half, from November 2017, there were no gun-related incidents. Then we had a spike in July 2018. This was followed by another period of quiet, which ended in a recent spate of gun violence, which steadily claimed yet another young man's life. Despite these unfortunate spikes in gun violence, overall firearm instances have declined over the past 3 years. Our statistics show that since 2016, firearm instances, injuries, and fatalities have decreased by approximately 40% year over year. I keep in the forefront of my mind that there were 3 deaths in 2018. Any loss of life is unacceptable. We know how it affects families, friends, and our community at large. It is our aim to reduce all gang-related violent crime, including murder. There is a plan in place, and it continues to be a work in progress. We see sparks of hope that indicate that we are going in the right direction. Presently, our goal is to understand what has caused the shootings, and we want to understand how can we prevent them from happening in the future. And we could only do this through effective policing and gang intervention. Along with our strategies over the next 6 months, we will hold a gang summit to bring together community stakeholders. We will also implement programs in schools and fostering community cohesion, and by a strong policing strategy. We believe that all of this together, we will be able to decrease gang-related activity in Bermuda. If you want to participate with any of the initiatives highlighted, please call 298-7150 or email nationalsecurity@gov.bm. Remember, raising balanced boys and girls is easier than rehabilitating broken men and women. Thank you for listening, and I wish you all the best in 2019.
This is a message from the government of Bermuda.
Surface Trends has been serving Bermuda for over 25 years, supplying and installing tile and natural stone. We have a large in-stock selection of beautiful porcelain wood planking, including our exclusive Bermuda cedar tile. You will also find Bermuda's best in-stock selection of countertops, including natural granites, exotic quartzites, and silestone engineered quartz in all the newest colors. Our team will be happy to help you. Stop by our showroom at 17 Serpentine Road or give us a call at 295-8005.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
who will represent the National Football League, AFC, and NFC respective conferences. The 53rd edition of the Super Bowl will be played right here on CBS Network, home of ZBM TV9 on February the 3rd, 2019. Be a part of the most exciting and thrilling game played around the world during the month of February. ZBM will bring you exclusive live coverage from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, beginning at 12:30 p.m. For more information on sponsorship, email sales@bbc.bm or call 295-2828 and ask for our sales department.
Sport Now, and Earl Baisden brings us the very latest from the sports desk.
National sports governing bodies, this is a call out for you and your youth as leaders of the Pan American Sports Organization began the new year with comprehensive discussions about priorities and plans for the organization, and one of those priorities was the Junior Pan American Games 2021. The potential host cities are being reviewed, and there will be an announcement of which city has been chosen to organize this great celebration of youth in the Americas during the next executive meeting in Costa Rica. Elon Daly competed in the Attenborough Invitational Open AB swim meet. Daly swam in 4 events and stood on top of the podium all 4 times, and she would break 4 Bermuda records in the girls 13 to 14 age group. Daly would win the 50-meter freestyle gold medal, touching the water in a time of 25:89, breaking her own record time of 25:98. Daly would then win the 200-meter freestyle gold medal with a time of 2:03:52, which breaks Logan Watson Brown's current time of 2:07:07. Daly's third gold medal performance came during the 400-meter freestyle when she was clocked in a winning time of 4:26:65, which would also break Logan Watson Brown's previous record of 4:32:75. Daly would close out with a gold medal in the 200-meter individual medley, clocking a time of 2:18:45, with her time breaking Emma Harvey's time of 2:27:01. CP Athletic Development has teamed up with Relo Connect Limited to offer help to families looking for assistance when deciding to relocate for sports. Relo Connect Limited CEO Managing Director Siobhan Clark-Joel explains the partnership.
CP Athletic Development, we've partnered with them, and they actually spearhead. They're in charge of the sport research because that's their forte, that's their expertise. We provide a service that supports all the other aspects, but they are the ones who deal with, and again, as you said, it's not just football, it's any type of athletic that a young world would be interested in. We provide the service to help them with trying out for a sport, if they're trying out for a specific team, so we can help them with that process, or if they're looking to make the move and study or work in a sports-related field, we can support individuals on that as well.
Caitlin Bobb represented Hartford Tech during the Warrior Invitational Indoor Meet. Bobb would record the win in the women's varsity 200-meter dash in a time of 26:50. Bobb would also win the women's varsity 300-meter dash, clocking 41:38. With a time of 1:20:62, Bobb would win the women's varsity 500-meter race. Bobb would lead off the Hartford Tech women's 4x200-meter relay team that will clock a winning time of 1:49:34. The 2019 Bermuda Basketball Winter League season got underway inside the Bermuda College Gymnasium with a doubleheader that produced 217 points. In the opener, the Paget Flyboys defeated the Southampton Wolfpack 73-46. Gershon Kirk would lead the Paget Flyboys with 30 points. He would also grab 14 rebounds to go along with 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block shot. Adam McDonald would lead the Southampton Wolfpack with 27 points. He added 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block shot. In the second game, the Hamilton City Twisters defeated the Hamilton Parish Rockets 55-43. In Bermuda Bowl Hockey League action last evening at the PCC Hockey Rink, there was a doubleheader. In the opener, the Kelowna Rockets defeated the Las Vegas Wranglers 3-0. The Rockets took the lead in the first period with a goal off the stick of Shane Machat. Machat would double the lead for the Rockets early in the second period before Ian Bowden would make it 3-0 late in the second period. Neither team would find the back of the net in the third period for the score to remain the same. In the second match, the Guelph Storm were leading 4-0 over the Worcester Rails before rain halted play. The Bermuda Snooker League is underway Warwick Workmen's 2 would come away with the bragging rights after they defeated Warwick Workmen's 1 3-2. Ray De Silva defeated Damon Hanley 61-23 to give Warwick Workmen's 2 the lead. And then Stephen Bremer ended the match as a contest after he defeated Gary Bascom 60-35 and 58-30 to give Warwick Workmen's 2 a 3-0 lead. Warwick Workmen's 1 would then win the 2 rubber games. In other games, Sands Boat Club 1 defeated Spanish Point Boat Club 2 3-2. The Royal Artillery Association defeated Spanish Point Boat Club 1 3-2, and Watford Sports Club defeated Sands Boat Club No. 2 team 4-1. In mixed majors bowling league action at the Warwick Lanes, it saw the league leaders Unpredictable defeat the Warriors 17-3. The Untouchables got by the Spare Change 15-5, while Fightback defeated the Movers and Shakers 19-1. The Activators defeated the Troublemakers 13.5-6.5, and the Minimax Forwarders defeated the Mix-Ups 12-8. In second spring senior bowling league action, the match between the Islanders and the Drifters ended 2-2. The Newcomers defeated the Last Pins 3-1, while the Last Minutes went down 3-1 to the Pin Splitters. Just Kickin' went down 4-1 to the Blue Angels. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's all from us this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.
Kills 6 in California, and the secret military mission with a surprise ending. All that and much more beginning with the headlines in 60 seconds.
The feud between the president and the Speaker of the House only getting worse.
President Trump grounds Nancy Pelosi's overseas trip.
I think the actions of the president were